Hello, welcome. Welcome to Tip Topic Tuesday. I am the Roz Booker, your serial entrepreneur, real estate mogul, Nana, mama, wife, friend, coach, trainer, instructor, appraiser, in training, you name it. I'm every woman. It's all in me. Thought I would say that. Ah, woo, yo. It is crazy. But I wanted to come on and talk to you regarding Tip Topic Tuesday on the subject of iBuyers. iBuyers. As you know, I am in the real estate industry. What is an iBuyer? An iBuyer is an internet buyer or an institutional buyer or a buyer who will come and purchase your home for a quick sale. And they sometimes will give you a decent offer, but many times not. What do you need to know about iBuyers, the pros and cons? And if you are an owner, what is your goal? What is your current situation? So let me start out with the positive. So the positive for an iBuyer is, I just said it, you can close quickly in 7 days, 10 days max. An iBuyer can take that home off of your hands. Now, because the iBuyer is looking to profit, do not expect market value for your home. Other benefits for using an iBuyer: if you are in arrears, need to sell quickly, it could be a viable option. But understand that the iBuyer is only one buyer. So your home hasn't been marketed to the general population. The other thing regarding an iBuyer is that it will alleviate people coming through your home, the traffic, right? Sometimes people don't want the inconvenience of getting their property all staged, clean, decluttered, and being inconvenienced during breakfast, lunch, and dinner, being interrupted with showings, right? So, an iBuyer could very well alleviate all of that specific traffic in your home. So, we've talked about so far the pros for an iBuyer: a quick sale. You don't have to get decorated, staged. You don't have to make repairs. It's quick, it's fast, it's easy. You don't have to open up your home, right? You don't have to worry about buyers that are unqualified. So it really helps you skate through the hustle and bustle. So I know you're wondering, okay, Roz, well, tell me the cons. Tell me the cons of using an iBuyer. What if I don't need a quick sale? What happens? So the cons in using an iBuyer is going to be the opposite. The iBuyer is only one buyer. But did you know your home could potentially marketed to thousands of people who are interested in occupying the property? So the iBuyer is an investor. Remember that investors need to make an ROI, a return on their investment. They need to make money. So they need to what? Buy low, sell high, or buy low enough so that the price of that property will afford them what they feel is a high enough rent for them to capitalize on the money that they just spent over time to pay them back for that property. Does that make sense? Say yes, no, or say, can you explain that further? But anyway, I'm going to further explain the cons to using an iBuyer. Well, you will leave thousands of dollars on on the table by only marketing to an iBuyer. Typically, when you have an owner occupant potential buyer who wants to purchase the property to live in the home, then you have the opportunity to have someone that wants to pay you fair market value, right? So that's going to be a higher offer typically than an iBuyer. Okay, so number two, I mean that that in itself, y'all, could be the very difference as to whether you sell to an iBuyer or whether you spend the time, spend a little bit of money, declutter. There are things that you can repurpose in your house that is not necessarily going to cost you $2,000, $2,500, $3,000 in staging, right? And then we understand somebody has to pay for staging. Usually, the home seller pays for staging. So right now we have the profitability of marketing your home using a real estate professional, meaning you market to thousands of potential owner occupants versus one iBuyer. That is the greatest benefit, right? Plus, if you are on the real estate side, meaning if you're the real estate professional, you get an opportunity to have your company branded and your name out there for the duration that the property is on the market. Okay. And when you sell your home to an iBuyer for a low ball amount, that data becomes a part of history. So you really kind of hurt the neighborhood. Although an appraiser often will not be looking at an investment property market value compared to a mainstream property. However, if there's not enough data, if there's not enough comparables, we also call them comps, that are in the neighborhood or subdivision, then that iBuyer's investment sale could be used and adjustments made accordingly. Okay, so that's Tip Topic Tuesday. What is the difference between selling your home to an iBuyer versus marketing it with a real estate professional that has a network of potential buyers, right? And they may be deep in community and have networks that open the exposure of that specific property to so many more people who have deep pockets that would want to pay top dollar or fair market value. So don't sell yourself short trying to be in a hurry, trying to cut corners. Allow a real estate professional who is versed in marketing your property for sale. Let them do their job. Did you know that there are some companies that could be in your real estate professionals network that will perform specific repairs, right? And they will allow you to finance or pay for the staging at the end of the sale. So there's more than one way. If you're thinking about skimping and cutting some of the cost and just giving your house away to an iBuyer, think twice about that, because there are companies that will allow you to pay them at the end of the sale. They can escrow it or they can finance it, and you have an agreement with them to pay them at the end of the sale out of the sales proceeds. And I know the next question is, well, why would I do that? Why would I put my neck out there on the line? What if I change my mind about selling? Or, what if my contract falls through? Am I still going to be on the hook? Oh, well, of course. Of course. But the fact is, you made a decision to sell. So it's not if the home sells, it's when the home sells. Okay? So join me next Tuesday where I'll be talking about another awesome tip, a tip that's related to real estate. It could be real estate sales, it could be real estate leasing, investing, commercial sales, commercial leasing. But I am the Roz Booker. I am your serial entrepreneur, real estate mogul, broker, mother, nana, sister, instructor, trainer, appraiser in training. I'm every woman. It's all in me. Everything you want now. I won't call you my baby. But anyway, because I got a baby. I got a boo. I got a baby. I got an LL Cool J. I got a bestie. I got a hubby. I got a boyfriend. All in one. So I'm happily married. But thank y'all for riding with me on this tip topic too. Be sure and share this out and say something in the comments. If you learned something, I need you to put what you learned in the chat and in the comment section. So until next time, make it a great day. Bye bye. I'm every woman in me.